These are the brand new lights that fit up front. They're brand new. Left them here on the bar in the kitchen. Everything is good, clean, except for where it looks like the repairman or whoever she's got working over here has come in and made a mess. I've already cleaned it up 2 or 3 times, but it's clean. That was like that when I moved in. It goes to this ADT system like it overheated. The floors were gapped like this when the gas went out and they had a gas leak and there was no heat in here and it snowed while I was in Florida. It's like that all over. Has nothing to do with me though. But the floors are not really clean because whoever keeps walking through here, I've had it professionally cleaned and it's already dirty. And this is water that has come in from the power washer that looks like she's hired to come in and power wash, and it's coming through the doors onto the floor. So only 2 things on the walls that I've ever put on the walls were these 2 things, anchors. These cracks are settling. That was there during the duration of me moving here, being here. And the blinds did crack. They're just cheap mini blinds that don't go all the way to the bottoms, but those broke. Just, I guess from just, I don't know, heat and temperature, but everything is cleaned. That is a peel off. I just left it there because some people would probably want it, hopefully. If not, then we'll leave it there. These are all like that when I moved in. Those were falling off when I moved in, so I kept them instead of throwing them away and left them here. Closet. Cleaned out. Bathroom. This was the sink, and that's as good as it can get as far as cleaning, because before I moved in, someone came in and painted this vanity, which I'd asked multiple times if it could be replaced because it looked horrible and you couldn't clean it, and it was holding just bacteria and stuff. I mean, it was just terrible, but you can see someone painted it. Every time you put anything down, stuff would stick to it. Your hairspray bottles or anything. I don't know how many little soap dishes I broke. But that is as clean as it can get. It's just stained because it is paint. Been painted. And the shower, it's just about as clean as it can get. There's rust in the water, so there's been stains that were here before I moved in, as the water was really hard and rusty. But it's about as good as you can get on anything. These are the curtains I put up had made for this window, the curtain rods, I'm gonna leave those here. Because when I moved in, there was just nothing there to cover up this, and they're really nice curtains, so, but. Brand new toilet that I installed. Toilets are kind of gross, but it's just because the water's just not very good. I'll try to clean them again. Like I said, all through the house, you'll see these issues. This is the master bedroom, where someone just laid the wood floors and they didn't do a great job. It's cheap wood, but you know, it's coming. There's places all the way up this one, gaps. And you know, there's just, there's no damage to it. It's just where, you know, regular wear and tear, or, you know, walking where it's not been laid correctly. And it wears around the edges. That's kind of like that throughout the house. Living room, same thing. Just gaps in different places. I'm leaving my microwave. The microwave that was here when I moved in was super old and did not work, so I bought a new microwave to go in here, and I'm just gonna leave it. Looks like someone's drinking my Cokes that I left here, and are enjoying themselves with my Cokes. But that's nice and clean. Like I said, this is March 30th. I still have today and tomorrow left in this house to finish completion of whatever I need to do. This is the office. Internet that's run through the ceiling. Lots of wiring, expensive wiring. I'm leaving that here. Coaxes and such. Same way here. Floors gapping. Here's a place as well where it's damaged. Just where, you know, it's just gapped. There was nothing in here but my office. I had a plastic mats underneath the chair over here, and actually right here was a trash can. So nothing on the walls. Never had. There was one little thing here. It was just up with a thumbtack. And that was here when I moved in. Anything that was on here was just done with thumbtacks. All that soot and stuff was from where they have taken and logged all around me and burned piles, and it caused horrible black soot to come in here. I was having to change the filters in the HVAC system like once a week. It was just really bad. So anyway, this goes into the spare bedroom. I think that was a candle that just went up the wall, and I really am going to clean that off, so that's my bad. But same thing here. Floors are gapping, spaces gapping where that we lost heat and cold, and you know, I've been accused of damaging the wood in here. This is just where every one of these were laid wrong. And there was a leak that came in from the bathroom through this wall here. The bathroom was on the other side of this wall, under the sink. But there are a few places in the spare bedroom that have some places. This was just horrible, old, rusted, and disgusting. I'm gonna replace that and probably a couple more that's in here. This house, because they're just horrible, and I had to live with them. So this is the hall, and this door jamb was way above, was laid way too high. I actually tripped over that and fell into the bathroom. I have all the hardware and stuff that went on that, but it's down here. This is the piece of wood that goes on that. But yeah, it's just, it needs to be fixed. But it was like that, and it broke. So there's not much I can do about it. The tile is much higher than the wood, and it was laid on top, and it was horrible. So I'm leaving plungers and things like that. It's just nice to have in case the house is vacant and the workers here. But it's clean. This was something that was there before. It's a toothbrush holder or something, and it fell out. But this was all, it's all clean. This is actually a nice top. I wish the other one had that. The mirrors are clean. This bar was here when we moved in. Same thing here. Tub has been scrubbed. But like I said, it's so stained from the years of rust that's in the water. Just not good. This toilet, same top that was there. It's not dirty, it's just worn. You'll see all the rust. And you can scrub that, and it just comes right back. Oh, this is the other one that's so nasty. Same thing with this. It's just really gross. Rusted and foul. Some are in this house are somewhat new, but these are really, like, I think the originals. So those are going to be replaced. I took the other one out so I could get the size I needed. And this was my son's room. Same thing, curtains. Leaving those in here. Floors are all in good shape, but you know, it's just little things around the edges, like right there, that can't really do much about. There is the closet. Same thing, walls are very little anything on them, no holes or major damages to anything. And then back into the living room, front door, entryway. This one isn't too bad, but it's still pretty bad. It was like that and moved in. And here is a coat closet. Coax cable, that was here when I moved in, so I left it. But overall, it's in really good shape. I think it's very well lived in. When landlord had the vinyl replaced on the outside of the house, I was out of town, and they cut the electricity, which caused all the food in my refrigerator to spoil. and all the ice that was in the ice bin to melt. So you can tell that water got all over this floor in front of this refrigerator. And it's filthy where her workers have been coming in and out. But I don't know if you can see or not. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me see if I can go over here. You can kind of see those bumps right there. That's where water came out from in front of the refrigerator. They turned the electricity off because they pulled all the outlets outside off. And it melted the ice and it ruined the floor right there. And I have nothing to do with that. Like I said, I've tried to continue to be civil and work with everybody, but like I said, I had the front porch power washed, had all of this power washed before moving all my stuff out, and I had all the gutters cleaned out in the front, the pine straw put down, which I don't think he's done yet. Paid over $200 and it's just pine straw. I'm not certain he bought all the pine straw that needed to be bought with $200, but this is stuff she's having done all after me moving out. Things that I'd asked to be done while I lived here, like this drain pipe. Used to just poured out of the back of this into this, like where that big old mounds of dirt are. It would just be a big constant puddle right here. You can see where the water was just draining down there. It was always just draining right there. Now she's had a pipe installed. When I was in Florida and the gas leaked out with the gas leak, there was no gas, no water, and I had a pump froze up, and I had a brand new pump put in. That was about $2 grand, and all this new plumbing put in. I have the original pictures as well. That plumbing, this brand new pump, the gauge, there wasn't even a gauge. I put the spigot in, all of that put in, because there was, the original pump was old, and I mean real old, and it was just really bad. I'm trying to see if I can get this closed. Hang on. There. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. There's no damage to anything. Just, I had the fire pit completely burned down, and looks like somebody has taken and thrown a bunch of new stuff on top of that. I can't even clean that out now. I was going to clean all the ashes out from things that I had burned, but it looks like they're going to use it now, and I'm not going to be able to clean that out before I leave. Looks like old stairs that they ripped out, hardwares and stuff. So this is the double car garage, and I don't know what they're doing here. It's some sort of dig out that they've done in front of the door. This thing leaked so bad when it would rain. And this is all trash and things that they have put in here. That's not mine. I don't know what that is. So, I don't know. I don't know what any of this stuff is here. This is all trash. This is mine. And that's mine still. Other than that, looks like they've been working in here doing stuff, so that's mine.